When driving the Cybertruck is the one time when you're not thinking of the weird appearance you are presenting on the outside, or at least to some. But what you surely notice, even though increasingly lesser so, is the eyeballs you are attracting. Contrary to its impressions, it's very much the size of the other contemporary electric trucks, neither entirely large nor small. But it has some important things to keep in mind that we'll talk about in this video. Here are some of my basic driving impressions of the Tesla Cybertruck. With the technology, I like to focus more on the Cybertruck specific features, as the common Tesla applications like navigation etc. have been amply covered by me on this channel. Software settings play a huge role in the experience of any Tesla, or for that matter, any software defined car. The selections you make in terms of the drive mode, the relevant suspension settings, and several other attributes are key to the driving experience. The Cybertruck has the 4 drive modes. The comfort that I perceive the closest to the chill or the efficient mode in my Tesla. That's the closest to the one you want for your daily city driving and one in which you optimize the car's battery. The sport mode that, as the name suggests, unlocks the performance elements. The mode in which you experience the power and speed of the vehicle. The custom mode that enables the users to set parameters, as the name suggests. And the off-road mode that's the very truck thing. At the very basic, the modes define the acceleration, the ride and handling, the energy use, and the ride height. The settings here are fairly self-explanatory. The ride quality would go according to the selected drive modes. In the off-road mode, the middle of the vehicle is pushed all the way up and the airbags have pushed the tires all the way down. That makes the ride firm. The road imperfections in this case will really be felt inside the cabin. I am unable to determine the impact of the cabin forward design in this. If any one of you know about that, please let me know in the comments. In the high mode, things constantly soften up. We are, I guess, over an inch down now. The standard height in the regular mode makes things very smooth, and the road imperfections are handled extremely well. That's also the product of the high quality tires. And this is probably also where the steer-by-wire has a role, particularly in isolating the driver from the bumps that come through when steering. The ride is clearly not as quiet as the Ford F-150 Lightning, but the glass in the Cybertruck still does extremely well in isolating the exterior sound. Add the unibody design that's not as good as a body-on-frame in sound isolation. The aggressive and wide tires in the Cybertruck also seem to contribute to higher cabin sound. The big story in the Cybertruck is the full steer-by-wire system. There is no mechanical connection of the steering and the wheels, and the steering is extremely light. A bit of a curiosity in anybody's first drive. The electric motors throw back some feedback and it's a system with an extreme variable ratio. The steering turns far more aggressively at lower speeds and stays within itself of sorts at high speeds. The car has 4-wheel steering with the rear wheels doing their own bit up to 10 degrees, I think. When turning, I found it pretty tight for a truck this size, even assuming its weight in comparison to some of the other trucks out there. At least some prospective buyers should be compelled to buy the truck on that factor alone. Some will attribute that nice and tight turn to the smaller size, but I think it's completely the wonderful rear steer. Driving this is like driving a sports truck, may I say. Remember, I just spent some time with the Ford F-150 Lightning, and these distinctions I make are coming fairly fresh off my mind. That's also a big reason why some traditional truck buyers may keep away from it. Much like its exterior shape and drive, its circle steering too will be liked and disliked. I am personally indifferent to it. I like the yoke as well. Its smallish size does make the steering a bit more fun. You can check my full impressions of the Cybertruck in the video here or in the link given in the description. Besides, there are videos on this channel where I have detailed the drive system, the fuel efficiency and plenty of the unique technologies and systems of the Cybertruck. You can simply check all of those videos in the search bar of this channel or with the links in the description of this video. After driving the F-150, the Rivian R1T and the Cybertruck, I find the Cybertruck mainly efficient at higher speeds and delivering that relevant extra range accordingly. Its range is otherwise broadly comparable with the other two. I have not driven the Silverado and that truck with its 200 plus kWh battery that beats all and sundry on range. The Cybertruck has native access to the Tesla supercharger, but that advantage fades a bit as it's an 800 volt car and its split pack charging is still not that seamless with the 400 volt level 3 superchargers that are in the majority out there. That's strange yet true. The supercharger advantage somewhat diminishes with the Cybertruck, though still relevant simply with the availability. That the Cybertruck is very fast is well known, but besides the numbers that are out, the smallest of torque and you feel the zoom. When you drive a car and wonder what was that primary factor it was built for, this was definitely it for the Cybertruck. It's faster than the F-150 Lightning I recently spent time with. That's largely owing to the lighter weight and additional power. The Cybertruck compares better with the Rivian on those counts. It stops better than the Lightning as well. I'm a big one pedal user, not efficient on hard brakes, but I do feel the Cybertruck outdoes the competition with its overall braking. This is an important metric for trucks, especially one that is that fast and has a large towing capability. The rearview mirror on the screen just had a recall over its response rate. Most of the Tesla recalls are addressed purely with software updates. The rearview mirror in the Cybertruck is however a sensitive part, as you completely rely on the digital camera for the same when the tonneau cover is closed, which would be the case for the most part for range. If you are interested, do look up the internet for this. The conventional side mirrors are very effective and cool with their pyramid shaped aero profiles. The giant wiper is a very radical design and size, and I do expect issues with it at some point. It must be relying on a fairly large motor for its operations. The turn signals on the steering are a clear improvement over those seen earlier in the Model X and S, and they make a distinct click when used. These are some of the other important driving features that I think should be paid heed to when driving the Cybertruck. So that was my little bit driving the Tesla Cybertruck. No electric car is for everybody, and neither is this one. As a matter of fact, the Cybertruck is a bit confusing on its use case. It's a sports car at some level, a remarkable piece of engineering at some, while also not the best for the payload ergonomics. Its technology is incredible, but I'm not sure how well it sits with the traditional work truck user. Any which way, kudos to Tesla for yet again trying something that different. It's effort like these that give us new and interesting systems and enable us to see things differently. If you'd like to see my catchback with the 2024 Tesla Model Y, you can check that video here or via its link in the description. See you in the next one.